Hi, it's been a bit since I last wrote you from my studio. This summer has been packed with many good and difficult things. The bad news right away, my studio buddy and puppers of 13 years, Bob Barker, had to be put down suddenly. He left a huge hole in my heart, and honestly, I took like 3 months of no dog life and realized having a dog was an integral part of living for me. I do a lot of things solo, like hike, camp, studio, home, garden, cooking. I'm an introvert, and I really like my alone time, and that's what I thought. It was actually more lonely than restful without a dog friend to join me, so the search began, and we pretty quickly found Daisy. She's a, Australian Kelpie, Greyhound, Carolina dog, German Shepherd, something mix, doggy DNA, who knows. And, all of this was kind of, not finding Daisy, but putting Bob down was all right before I left for residency. So I think telling the story of residency, it's important to know the context of my dog had just died, literally a week ago. If you check this out and the image that goes along with it, you'll see a really bad drawing of Daisy because it's the first time that I've tried to draw her. Her neck is really long, but not quite that long, and the ear is floppy, and the other, she likes to perk up. And, it's kind of like our old dog Bob and Jack became one dog, and that dog is Daisy. She's awesome. Anyway, so the same weekend we signed paperwork for Daisy, this little kitten showed up on our porch. And we asked around, and it turns out our neighbors had been taking care of him outside, but the son and dad are just totally allergic, so they can't adopt him. And so we did. And so, enter Charlie, aka Charles, and he is just quite a goober. This week he got neutered, and that is a whole different story. So, Bob passed away at the beginning of the summer. Our house is, finally all filled up at the end of it. And we've got a 2-cat, 1-dog ratio, and it's been restored. And with that balance, and my cat is trying to lay on my notes. And with that, let's see, the balance is once again restored, and the art is again flowing. I feel like the pet detour story is the underlying theme for the rest of the summer. So before I get into the nitty-gritty of summer art stories, I felt like this story really needed to be told. A big part of my radio silence this summer was the grief that I was feeling, and then followed up by the chaos of a new kitten and dog within 2 weeks of each other. Self-imposed chaos, and it's been really fun, but it's just a lot of extra work and personalities to manage. I feel like the fall has also been moving just at this relentless pace, and I needed a bit of stepping back time from putting my art out in the public to be able to move forward in a more intentional way that, works well for me and also works well for you. So this year, not only did all our pet life get flipped around, but it felt like our online lives did as well. There's been a lot of instability around how to reach people with social media that used to work and now doesn't. And, all these things with newsletter and Substacks and blogs and, what's your strategy? And I'm just like, I don't know. I thought I had it figured out, but it changes every year or so. And that's fine. And anyway, so now we've got this whole new thing of how AI is being used, sometimes abused, and just proliferated around the internet. And so when thinking about coming back online and thinking about how to do that in a way that works for me, I just felt this really strong craving to return to physical media, and my craving for this tactile nature of the pen and paper. I miss writing letters. And just even the sound of the tip dragging, will I use AI to generate this into text for accessibility reasons? Absolutely. But for those of you who also desire and long for this kind of experience too, here is a letter from me to you and all its misspellings, scratched out words, and run-on sentences. Sincerely, Kristin.